Hello! Today is my last day here in Doha. After 16 years that I've been living here in Doha. So finally, I will be I will be leaving Qatar and I'm moving to another place. So watch out which varies. I'm not going to reveal here, but you will see in my future vlog. Yeah, so it's my last day today, and I would like to visit some of those places that I haven't visited here in Qatar. So now I'm heading to Zubara Fort. So this is one of the archaeological sites here in Qatar, and one of the UNESCO's heritage site. So it's an hour drive from Doha. It's around 75 kilometers. So we're still quite far. But yeah, I just want to see and make sure that before I leave Qatar for good, I'm able to see all these places. And after that, I'll be heading also to Lusail, because there are so many places yet that I haven't visited in Lusail, and some areas depending on the time. I have my friend with me here. He's the one taking the video, Joanna, and I'm glad that she's here with me today. Thank you so much for spending time on my last day here in Qatar. It's gonna be sad. Actually, I'm really sad to leave Qatar because this has been my second home for the past 16 years. But of course, we need to also get out of our comfort zone and find a new place where we can be challenged. So that's one of the reasons. I don't want to leave Qatar as much as possible, but an opportunity came for me this year, and this has been actually my wish last year. Before 2021, I think that was December 2020, I actually wish that after FIFA World Cup, hopefully I'll be able to find another opportunity anywhere, either here in Qatar or some other places. But yeah, thankfully, thanks God, He answered my prayer. Last December, I got an opportunity, and now finally moving to another place, another workplace, but it's the same company. So yeah, I'll see you a bit, and I'll take you to the Zubara Fort. The walled coastal town of Zubarah in the Persian Gulf flourished as a pearling and trading center for a short period of some 50 years in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Founded by the Utub merchants from Kuwait, its prosperity related to its involvement in trade of high-value commodities, most notably the export of pearls. At the height of its prosperity, Zubarah had trading links with the Indian Ocean, Arabia, and Western Asia. Zubarah was one of a long line of prosperous fortified trading towns around the coast in what is now Qatar and in the other parts of the Persian Gulf that developed from the early Islamic period around the 19th century AD onwards and established a symbiotic relationship with inland settlements. Individually, these trading towns probably competed with each other over the many centuries during which the Indian Ocean trade was plied. Zubarah was mostly destroyed in 1811 and finally abandoned in the early 20th century, after which its remaining rubble stone and mortar buildings collapsed and were gradually covered by a protective layer of sand blown from the desert. A small part of the town has been excavated. The property consists of the remains of the town with its palaces, mosque, streets, courtyard houses, and fishermen's huts, its harbour and double defensive walls, on its landslide of a canal, 2 screening walls, and cemeteries. A short distance away are the remains of the fort of Khalat Murer, which evidence of how the desert supplies of water were managed and protected, and a further fort constructed in 1938. What distinguished Al-Zubarah from other trading towns of Persian Gulf is that it lasted a comparatively short space of time. Secondly, it was abandoned. Thirdly, it has lain largely untouched since being covered by the desert sands. And fourthly, that its wider context can still be read through the remains of small satellite settlements and the remains of possibly competing towns nearby along the coast. The layout of Al-Zubarah has been preserved under the desert sands. The entire town, still within its desert hinterland, are a vivid reflection of the development of an 18th and 19th century trading society in Gulf region and its interaction with the surrounding desert landscape. Al-Zubarah is not exceptional because it was unique or distinguished in some way from these other settlements, but rather for the way that it can be seen an outstanding testimony to an urban trading and pearl diving tradition which sustained the major coastal towns of the region from the early Islamic period or earlier to the 20th century, and to exemplify the string of urban foundations which rewrote the political and demographic map of the Persian Gulf during the 18th and early 19th centuries and led to the development of a small independent states that flourished outside the control of the Ottoman, European, and Persian empires and which eventually led to the emergence of modern-day Gulf states. So this is the information about the mirror artwork. So this is done by Olafur Eliasson, Shadows Traveling on the Sea of the Day 2022.
So ayun na nga. Nasa kita kami ng ng disyempo. Trip lang namin. Para lang makita yung ayan Kita nyo yan. Ayan. Mirrors of, ano nga yan?
Mirror artwork.
Mirror artwork in Al-Zubarah.
So we're walking to that artwork. So we park over there. That's Joanna. So we don't drive inside since there was a signage that no vehicles allowed. So we just walk for like 500 meters and there you go, the artwork. So that's the one that we are headed to. Now I'm here at the mirror artwork by Olafur Eliasson. I don't know, I'm not sure how I pronounce his name, but he was the one who designed it. And this is located here in Al-Zubarah area, and just I think 1 kilometer away from the Al-Zubarah. So they said this design is inspired from the journey to 2022. So yeah, so we're here and we're going to explore the place. Olafur Eliasson's installation in Qatar creates illusion of perfect circles through mirrors. Olafur Eliasson wants viewers to realize that when they look up, they look down at the earth, at themselves. When he hangs circular mirrors above half circles of this recent public art in Doha, Qatar, the reflection creates a perfect circle, the completion of an interrupted cycle. It is only one of the many contexts that define his exhibition, Shadows Traveling on the Sea of the Day, which opened to the public on October 24, 2022. Somehow, The viewers come in contact with themselves as their surroundings heighten their senses. They live in the present. They soak in the moment. They are invited, encouraged even, to drown out the noise and be in nature. Above and below them, the sand envelopes them to let them know they are far from man-made lands whisked into unnatural space. Through the mirrors, the reflection of other viewers becomes projected. They watch each other explore the space. They witness others gaze at one another, a smile here and there, and they wave their arms, perhaps testing if they are who they are looking at. Eliasson wrote in the artist statement that accompanies the exhibition, "It's a kind of reality check of your connectedness to the ground. You are at once standing firmly on the sand and hanging head down from a ground that is far above you." He looks into the swing between perspectives too. You will probably switch back and forth between a first-person perspective and the stabilizing third-person point of view of yourself. This oscillation of the gaze, together with the movement of your body, amplifies your sense of presence, while the curving structure seems to vanish into the surroundings, dematerializing and becoming landscape. That is according to Eliasson in his writing. Shadows Traveling on the Sea of the Day by Olafur Eliasson sprawls across the rugged desert landscape in the north of Doha, past Fort Zubara and the village of Ain Mohammed. The artist describes the journey as already affording a glimpse of the sculptures from afar as they position in the eyesight of viewers driving into their vehicles.